Hey there, fit moms and busy bees. This is Mandy with Mandy Tips Fit, and I'm here to talk to you all about something a little different today. Careerstep.com. It's a training program where you can get certificates for different things. I actually did the medical transcriptioning one, so that's what I'm going to be primarily talking to you about today. I know most of my audience is going to be primarily moms. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this review, is because one of the things that us moms would love to do is stay at home with our kids and also have a little bit of supplemental income also, which is what I was doing up until the 31st of last month. I was working as a medical transcriptionist. So I just kind of want to give you all what I thought of it and my experience with it. So stay tuned for the video. Alright y'all, let's jump right into the video, shall we? First of all, I'm just going to let you know that it took me about 9 months to get through the entire Careerstep program. It's legitimate program. I got my certificate. I would say that it was more difficult for me than obtaining my actual associate's degree. It got very difficult. So like I said, I did the medical transcription program, and if that's the program that you're thinking about doing, I would suggest speeding through the first bit. So there's 2 different parts to the program. The first part is learning your vocabulary, learning the prefixes and suffixes, learning anatomy and things like that. And I spent so much time taking notes. I probably filled up 3 big notepads of just notes that I was jotting down, and man, it kind of wasted a lot of time, because when I got to the reports where you're actually having to do hands-on typing out the reports and editing the reports, that stuff takes a lot of time and patience and a lot of effort. So that's my number 1 tip that I would give for you guys, is if you're doing the medical transcription program, get through the beginning part, read it and everything, read it, take it in, but don't spend, months and months writing down a ton of stuff. And the other tip I would like to say is, when you get in there, join in the chat room with other people who are in the same program. They're going through the same things. They probably know things that you don't know yet, or you might be able to help someone things that they don't know yet. Also, I joined in the chat room super late, and I was barely even there in the chat rooms talking with people, and so I kind of regret that. I probably could have learned about getting through that first part of the program quickly if I had been in the chat room. I bet somebody probably would have told me to do that. Let's see, I have a few things written down here. Like I said, it took me about 9 months to get through the program. Once I did, and I graduated, I had a job within 1 week. Within 1 week, I had a job. It started out on like a trial type basis at 4 cents per line, which isn't very much, but I quickly got a raise to, I think, 6 cents and then 7 cents, and I think I ended up having 8 cents per line. So speed is key. The quicker you get, learn all the shortcuts. Careerstep kind of tells you and teaches you the shortcuts of things to do so that you can get faster at it, because you want to be fast at it. So I have some pros and cons written down for you guys also here. One of the pros is that it is self-paced, so you're going at your own pace. If you don't want to do weekends, don't do weekends. If you don't want to do nights, don't do nights. You put it in when you can. The con with that is that you need to be self-disciplined. You need to, make your plan and stick to that plan, because if you don't finish it within that 1 year, then you have to purchase an extension if you want to keep going. And I'm sure you will want to keep going, because you have already put all that money and time into it. So try to get it done within that year. But like I said, you choose when you're doing it. So that's a pro. There are plenty of jobs. So if that's a concern of yours, you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, I was hired within a week. There was some other girls that graduated right after me, and they got hired actually at the same company that I did soon after they graduated too. So yeah, there's no specific due dates throughout the entire training course. It's just that 1 year due date. So that's why it's good to be self-disciplined in that. The Graduate Assistance Program is actually really good and helpful. You can send in your resume and they will kind of tweak it for you and help you with that. They also have a list of companies that are hiring and how to apply. So these companies that are hiring, you don't see them on monster.com or indeed.com because they want people that they already know how to do the job. They don't want to be wasting their time on Monster and Indeed.com going through, hundreds of thousands of applications of people who aren't even qualified. So if you're looking on Monster and Indeed to be like, oh, what's the, job rate, are there a lot of jobs out there? You're not going to find it on Monster and Indeed, okay? So once you graduate, Careerstep sends you a link to where you can see all those companies that are hiring. And they love hiring through Careerstep because it's a great program and it's legit. They know that Careerstep students know what they're doing. If they graduate, you know what you're doing. All right. Another pro is, I would say, the chat rooms. So like I was saying earlier, I kind of regret not getting into the chat room. The con with that is you can spend too much time in the chat room. Don't spend too much time in the chat room, talking to people about how stressed out you are or whatever. Get in there, ask people the questions you want to ask. They're all very helpful and very sweet. Everybody's going through the same thing you're going through. So it's just really nice to talk to other people doing that. So one of the cons is there's no one-on-one learning. If you have, a problem in the workforce or whatever, in your work field, your employer usually is standing behind you, showing you, guiding you how to do things. With Careerstep, you got to figure it out on your own. There are a lot of people helping. There's a tech team if you have technical difficulties. Everybody got back to me pretty quickly anytime I had issues. But, if you're one of those people who need someone at the computer, showing you and pointing to how to do things, you're just not going to get that. But they do their best with what they have, the internet. So, another con, at least specifically for me, it took me quite a bit of time before I was getting fast enough to make the amount of money that I wanted to make. So, you might be faster. That's great. I mean, I'm kind of old, and so I know younger people are going to be probably faster at the keyboard because you've been typing on stuff since you were probably 5, and I was not. So that's a pro work on, whatever, Another pro is the flexibility. So I don't think I've really heard of any of the companies not being flexible with their transcriptionists. The company that I personally worked for was really great, very flexible. I was hired as an independent contractor, so basically I told them what my hours were going to be. I let them know if I wasn't going to be working or whatever, but basically I made my own hours ahead of time, and then I just did everything that I could during that time. And if anything came up in the day that I needed to take off, I would just let them know, let my bosses know, hey, something came up and I'll be back later or whatever, and they're all very flexible. You could get hired on as part-time or full-time or the independent contractor. If you're full-time, they do usually offer benefits for that if that's something that you're looking for. Single moms, that would be, you know, a great thing, because then you're working from home, you're working a full-time job, and you're going to be getting those benefits. So that would be something that would work for you. The con for that is that it's not going to be as flexible than if you were an independent contractor. Kind of the same with part-time. You're probably going to have set hours that you work through the day, but then no benefits. So between part-time and independent contractor, I would definitely just go with independent contractor, because you're more flexible with that. You just kind of need to keep track of your debts and credits, your debits and credits, you know, so that you're responsible when tax season comes around. They'll send you a 1099 form, but you need to know how much you spent. So keep track of if you purchased a laptop, if you purchased a new mouse, if you purchased a new foot pedal, you know, whatever. Keep track of all of that so that you can, you know, show that toward your taxes. Okay, well, let's see. So if you guys are interested in doing the Careerstep program, you can use my referral code. It's REF74219, and I'll write that down in the description box below. If you use my referral code, then you get free shipping on your Careerstep training program supplies and everything. Speaking of supplies, I'll show you what they sent. They sent a little Careerstep teddy bear, Careerstep mug. I do love this mug. And the Careerstep mouse pad. So also your foot pedal comes in the mail with all of that also. Whoops, that was my mug. Alright guys, so if you have any questions, just post a comment down below in the comment box, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope this was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it was. Subscribe to the channel if you like, and I'll see you all next time.